Hello everyone, my name is Corazar, and welcome back to Vintage Story Desert Life, episode 271. This video was originally streamed live on YouTube on November 23rd, 2025. I hope you enjoy the video. So there's that, and then well, aside from this other color, if we need to, these will be our backups. This is not going to be permanent building blocks. These are just plans. Now I did a bit of thinking, a bit of braining around, and I think what I want to do in here is I had asked about what to do about this sandy knoll as opposed to this is a grassy knoll too. It's a sandy grassy knoll, and the general consensus was to somehow incorporate it into the build. And I think I'm still going to do that, but I'm going to mostly do that on the outside here. So the outside will incorporate it, but I do want to actually dig this out on the inside so that we actually have room. And so this doesn't like... I was talking about maybe making this sort of an archaeological dig site, and I think I kind of don't want to go that route. I think I would rather, like, say we did indeed carve this out of the hill here. We left the hill, and maybe some of this will still be shored up with sand. So, like, under here, I don't really feel a huge need to use all of the space. I mean, look how much space we have here, guys. This is, like, redonkulous. We have so much space to play with here. I don't really feel the need to make sure we make the most of every single block. So, like, maybe on this side, like everything under this walkway will just be blocked off. And maybe even under most of them, they'll be blocked off because I don't really want to see the back of this wall. And it's going to be just easier to, like, section this off, fill this in with the 18 bajillion blocks of sand we have, just to keep spawns down. And that way we'll have a smaller interior area here, but I'm not really that worried about that. And we'll want to think about storage as well. Now, storage, I think, what I want to do is I do want to make like a big storage zone. And I think it's going to actually be down there. I think we're going to have like, this will be like all temple stuff. Although, you know what? Thinking about that, if we do storage down under here, that means we'll have to make it very well lit at all times to keep things from spawning. And just thinking about all this room we do have, maybe we do use some of the ground floor here for storage. Like maybe these two wings, like back here and over on this side, maybe these two become our storage zones. It's a lot of storage zones. It's probably more than we really need, but we can do something fancy with it. We don't have to like just cram trunks in there. We can make it, expansive. We can have, stone and wood labels. Like, how you make like a trunk here, and you put like, oh, this is the ashlar, the sandstone ashlar trunk. So you put it between two blocks of sandstone ashlar, and then we can do the next one would be the bauxite ashlar, which we'll definitely have a lot of because we're going to use a lot of it for sure. Yep. Imagine repurposing this to a large... That was creepy. Is there a warden in here somewhere? Hello? Alright, we gotta sneak, guys. We gotta sneak or it'll hear us. That could be work in progress. The temple is still being recovered from the desert. You need large amounts of aged basalt, ashlar, and limestone CobbleSkulls. Yikes. One trunk per block type. That's gonna be so much copper. Hey there, Lord Phoenix. Perhaps you can create a semicircular amphitheater into the base. An eclipse. A 2-second total eclipse, yeah, pretty much. So... yeah, I'm not sure what to do here yet. Also, something that I didn't really think about. It's gonna be kind of funny. So right now we have this design of like the stairs to the top are currently on the outside. And that's fine. I mean, it's fine. You better know what fine means. The only issue I have is that I was thinking about how the brethren and like temple visitors would realistically access those places. And while this is, you know, a glorious staircase, you can come up here, I don't feel like this is going to take you anywhere. This is for having a stroll down to the end over there, or, you know, down one of these arms as well, and then back. You're not really meant to be using this to traverse the temple. This is all decorative. This is meditative. You know, you count the blocks as you walk, and you think about your place in the world, kind of thing, right? These doors here are meant for, like, maintenance access. These are not meant to be fancy. They're not meant to be traversed by anybody except for, like, the groundskeepers and the cleaners, and maybe, like, some of the monks who were on particular duties, like the tree trimming duty. You know, you come out here and you bring your clippers and you snip these trees up. That's what these are for. These doors are not meant for pilgrims or whatever, right? So if I can jump down somewhere without breaking my legs. So initially I was thinking we'd have some kind of stairs, probably on either side of each of these here, that would at least let the brethren who are working, as well as myself, up and down reasonably quickly. So we're still going to do that. But I want some kind of staircase that will let pilgrims ascend the tower in some spiritual slash, and since this is more of a temple of knowledge, a physical, metaphysical, you know, scientifically interesting way. That's the word salad. Enjoy the word salad. Have some dressing. So I'm thinking, what if we do that? And what if we do it by continuing, to some extent, the Phil Boswell Memorial Stairway down from the heavens, aka that surface there, and we open up the stairway as it comes down. So let's get back up there. And maybe I'll make a temporary ladder up and down here while I'm here. While I'm thinking about it. Let's get up there. Go, 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 go. I could build a staircase into the wall. You mean like do a wall from here as well? So here's my idea, guys. So we have this staircase going up. What if, when we come to it, we then have a staircase here going down? And so temporarily, I'm going to pop this out of here. I'm going to throw down some of these ladders. Actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do these after all. This will be here a while. Also, I have like 2 stacks of them. So let's go ahead and pop on down here. And this will just be nice and easy access up and down. Perfect. So, yeah, so this staircase could continue down in a spiral, and come down to the area where we have our, you know, like sanctuary slash thing. And yeah, I like that. But as they come out of the ceiling here, rather than having thick walls, I think what I want to do is I want to have like just like simple like pillars holding up the temple here. So we'll have like a pillar-based substructure under here, with like arches and things to be fancy. And that way, as you come down there, you will be able to like see everything in the temple that's not like walled off, basically. I think I like that a lot. That way, like you can you know, you'll be able to see the ships coming and going. You'll be able to see, you know, the brethren over yonder chatting on the walkway. I mean, some of this will end up getting like cut off. Like, you know, up in here, I want to have the rooms for the brethren. So maybe there'll be like a little bit of a shopping mall-esque open space here, where there's trees and shrubberies and all kind of stuff. So, yeah, let's how to start that? I think let's start by flattening this. This needs to get flattened to the same level. And that level is going to be this one. So let's start that process. Plop, plop, plop. And as we pick up these lanterns, we'll also replace them. Speaking of pick up lanterns, let's just swap to that too. Ah, much brighter light too. Am I going to need more ships in harbor space? I mean, realistically, I don't need more ships, right? It's just me. I think the harbor's only going to have room for like a couple ships, like 3. Sorry, I had a sudden cough sneak up on me there. Actually, we have room for like 7 in here. So no, we don't need more harbor space. More ships, sure. We might build a couple more of these guys in different colors. I can't guarantee that I'm going to bother with making all of the different like shields to put on them. These are really cool, but very much a stretch goal. A stretch goal, comma, if you will. I have another layer to go here. Shoot. Okay. Whatever. We will deal with that momentarily. And actually, what if we normalize it to this layer here instead? And the reason I suggest that, one is practicality. It's going to mean somewhat less hassle in some locations, but also I feel like we'd want to have there be at least one step up from this entry hallway. So we have one step up from out here, generally speaking, not always. So one step up here, and then one step up into here. That would help keep like the sand out a little bit. So there'd be some sand drifting in from here. We wouldn't want that to just be constantly streaming into the floor here. So by having some kind of stairs here, we can avoid that issue. Hey there, Channel Grandland 7890. Are we working interiors today? Kind of. That was put up to vote, and the vote said yes. So, yeah, kind of. It's not all interiors. We finished the first iteration of the Phil Boswell Memorial Stairway, so there is that. So we'll have the sand come up to this layer here, and that way we can avoid sand drifts and all that stuff. And even over here, this entryway will also be a step up. So maybe we'll put that step right here, so we can have a door. Maybe the step will be like out here a little bit. So you have like a door here, which will be up here, and we can enter. We can be in the whatever section this is, and call it a day. I like that a bit more, I think, than taking out all this sand here. So let's go and we're going to fill this back in. Let's get started. Fill it in. Also have some pile over here. Did I get to the top of the tower? Yes, I did. Yes, well, top of the current tower. Goes the whole way up, and it emerges. Like I said, there'll be some wall work there to do, I think. We need to think about how to manage that. I don't want it to come out of the ground like a subway staircase. But we'll see. I also feel like raising this up means that, like, this is a pretty high floor, which means we have a very high ceiling. It might help make some of these dormitory rooms feel a little more dorm-like and a bit less like Middle Eastern posh hotel aesthetic. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, let's start digging out this layer here as much as we can. We need some more material anyway. Oh, also, it is nighttime. Let's go sleep so we can get the pumpkins growing. Gotta keep on that. Sleep. I might bring a bed under here too. Wait, I have a bed. Alright, should be good. Alright. Back to work. Let's also snag you. Ooh, down you go. Once we have like this filled in over here, just this layer here, then I think we'll take a detour, and we'll start kind of laying out what's going to go in there. I'd also kind of like to lay out what we're doing with this dock area, because like I don't, you know, it would be rather impractical to have ladders for loading and unloading, right? So I think we'll do something. Maybe we'll even, like, if we want to get really crazy, we could maybe even like chisel a little crane at some point. Yeah, I think I want like a more structured walkway. And maybe we will actually end up digging into the rock a little bit there, just so we can make a little bit of a staircase that's not going to interfere with the central sanctuary thing here that we have going on. Hey there, vintage cyclist. Welcome. What we're up to today? We are doing some interior work, some broad strokes interior design work. Although if I was dealing with a company called Broad Strokes Interior Design, I might be worried that they don't really have much attention to detail. So, take that as you will. Snap goes the grass. Vintage Story bicycle mod win. It could be a thing. I mean, it could be. I mean, the mechanics should be similar to, or could be similar enough to having an elk. You just would have an elk that doesn't have animal AI. You park it, it just stays there. You're the #1 fan today, storyteller. There, Kazumar. How about good enough interior design? It's their motto. It's not just good, it's good enough. Yeah. Would definitely hire those guys. They're good enough after all. Let's get you You guys off the bar here. Just gonna spread you out. There, problem solved. You're very excited for when Feverstone adds the giant spider mount. Oh boy. Frodo Baggins hates this one weird trick. The other nice thing about kind of shrinking the interior by sort of cutting this off here is we won't have quite as much space to light up, which means we might not have to spend another lifetime and a half making lanterns. Although I think I mentioned this before, I do think it might be nice to have a few areas that are primarily torch lit rather than lantern lit. And so we can kind of get away with either the aged torch holders we already have, or if that's not enough, we can maybe find some places to use bronze torch holders, or brass. I know my alloys, I swear. Alright, bite of pie. Oh, more sand. This is kind of ugly here. Well, let's just keep digging this layer out here, and we'll deal with the rest later. You're actually thankful for the giant vertical drop you put on because you found saltpeter. And I have not found... Well, we did find some recently-ish, because we made another batch of bombs, but man, I have not had much luck with saltpeter this playthrough. Kind of weird. Although, to be fair, I haven't spent a lot of time caving, because, like, all the goodies that I would normally want to find through caving, we found by virtue of having the Better Ruins mod on. So I haven't really been caving as much in general. Also, the shivers and the boothorn make caving kind of a pain in the butt. Like, I'm gonna be real, they're an interesting enemy. I hate dealing with them in caves. Like, they're just so deadly and annoying. Like, I really wish Tyrone would implement AI where the enemies don't have, you know, ground penetrating radar. Like, it's super annoying. It's like, oh, every enemy in every cave knows exactly where you are at all times. Like, one, you know, limit their knowledge of your location to, you know, 25 blocks or whatever. And two, give them a vision cone. You know, maybe they should only hear you if you are, you know, mining. You know, like certain things would make noise that the mobs can hear. But they shouldn't be able to just smell you through walls, especially not multiple meters of walls. All this fun sand moving. You guys all know why you're here. We're moving sand. I did say I wanted to get that bit done. This is pretty small, so let's just finish this. This isn't huge. So that, and then we'll get this little bit done here. That's pretty basic, yeah. If we need more sand, I won't dig anymore. I'll just get it from our boxes. Mining should be allowed. Yeah, I really do think that, like, if you're just exploring, and maybe the kind of armor that you wear should influence how loud or quiet you are. You know, if you're wearing Gambison, you know, you should be able to be nearly silent. And if you're clanking around in full armor, then like they hear you from miles away. But now we're really talking about warden level AI, aren't we? They can smell you, they can hear you, they can't see you. Even that isn't done. Okay, we'll do that too. It's all nice and evened out so we can figure out what our plans are. It's ridiculous that chickens will spook with walls between you. Yeah, that kind of stuff too. Like, they really should have vision cones. I'm a little surprised, like, vision cones they're pretty basic part of game design. Now, I know that Vintage Story is, like, 90% Tyrone's own engine. I mean, it started from a basic block building engine demo from 2010 or whatever. But, like, having sight cones is fairly, like, standard for games. So I'm a little surprised they didn't well, not start, but, like, you know, get that in early. Just because there are some kinds of mechanics that, like, once you get so far in game development, like, you don't want to have to go back and add some certain things in that might dramatically either change the game or, you know, dependencies in the code of the game. It also shouldn't slow down that much. Knights could sprint in heavy armor. I mean, yeah, knights can sprint. It was all about the weight distribution. Although, I do imagine that they could sprint, but not for as long as if they were not wearing armor. But still, your point stands. Yeah, maybe we'll see some of those changes with the this new item upgrade system. Maybe we can make lighter full plate armor or whatever. Alright, so that side's done. Let's go finish this side over here. Also pick up whatever this is. Oh, it's flint. Neat. Bye. And you as well. Goodbye. Do I have enough on me? I don't. Let's go grab some more boxes over here. Knights could swim in plate armor? I mean, I could see swimming. Wouldn't they also have a bit more trouble staying afloat, though? Just in general. Let's get a bit of bite to eat there, and... Sand. Let's start with 8. Have a bit of an area to fill up over here. Let's just go the quicker route. And get stuck doing it. Sheesh. Oops. Their Eldritch, their capabilities are, they have the capabilities. Yeah, I mean, but still. It's annoying. And I feel like the rules of ground penetrating radar for enemies just doesn't fit with, like, medieval stuff. Give them the ability to smell and hear you when you make noise. But for vision and knowing your precise location, it should be sight-based. It also, I think, should be like, you know, even the smell shouldn't work through blocks. So there should be like a pathfinding agent that says, okay, is the player within X number of pathable blocks? If not, then they can't even smell them, you know. because that, I think, so part of the lore, you know, and the whole, like, temporal storm thing is, like, you know, people will build temporal storm shelters that, again, are of dubious usefulness, given that mobs can just spawn in there. But, like, I feel like, you know, the people who are huddling in shelters, the mobs would eventually have to get tired and run away in the sunlight, and they don't always do that anyway. But also, like, it would make more sense to be able to build a storm shelter and be reasonably safe in there. And maybe the monsters can smell you through certain blocks, like, say, doors, because doors are not, you know, perfectly airtight. Even the ones that are effectively airtight. Oops. That was not supposed to happen. Let's get that out of here. Goodbye. So, like, in that way, once they get close enough, they can still smell you. But, yeah. I've said my piece on that, I think. Y'all get where I'm coming from. You want to pet shivers without them biting you? That might be asking a little much. Let's put you away. There we go. Avoid further accidents. We have high activity now. Oh boy. Fun times. Y'all have the Detect Seraph cantrip? Yeah, but, like, you know, those spells don't go through 3 feet of dirt, wood, or stone, so a single meter block should stop that. You can't play D&D rules against me, pal. We were dealing with that rule pretty recently as well, because this is our Thursday group of young adventurers who are all white-haired men. We all came to the table with white-haired men. It's just like, okay. We ended up sort of tracking these, like, kidnappers who were like, we don't know where they were taking these people to yet still, but we found where they were holding some of them, and when we did, they blew the whole place up. And it led to, like, an underground aquifer flooding the area, and we were just able to determine that there was something magical going on after the DM had to look up the rules on using detect spells through walls and things. Alright, that's done. Let's put the sand back before we get hurt. Let's also maybe sleep as well. It's getting to be about that time. I think I'll sleep on the second floor, though, this time. Okay. Back up. Oh, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to grab the glass we have here. Oh, we've been dad joked. What's the best thing about elevator jokes? They work on so many levels. The spell description says creatures within 30 feet. Oh, well, we're using 3.5 rules in our game. I couldn't tell you 5th edition rules. We play 3.5, the only true edition of D&D. We're the true Scotsman of D&D. Let's go ahead and we're going to put these down here. And I did a dumb thing, but whatever. Let's get rid of you, and we're going to grab you temporarily. Pick you up. We're going to knock out these guys. In D&D 3.5, all of the detect spells are blocked by a thin sheet of lead. Thin sheet of lead, 1 foot of, I believe, a stone, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. There we go. Should be able to knock you out. The ladder should stay. Hey, it does. Right, because it's hooked up here, too. Okay. Cool. We now have sort of sunlight, making it down to the bottom. You can actually pet any living thing in a Vintage Story, but depending on your settings, you have to watch out. Oh, okay. That's funny. Hey, Burnzilla. The DM should take away the Detect Seraph cantrip. Oh, good, it's 4 in the morning. Love it. Also go put you back. Will you fit there? You will. This isn't the other game where you can't place things on glass. All right. So, get this out of the way here. Let's get our building caps on. Also check for bad things. I think we're okay. I also think that by opening up that ceiling there a little bit, I'm pretty sure that might help with some of the issues of things spawning in here despite the light levels. Sunlight. We go hit F7. So get the danger W. So I think technically things could still spawn down there at night, but not during the day, because yellow means it's sunlit at the appropriate times. So yeah, we should be good in here in general. That's wild. It's a funny pattern. Anyway, turn that off. So what do we have to work with here? So certainly we're going to have this area, I think, should be pretty open. And actually, that shouldn't really be a problem design-wise. So what I'm thinking is we're going to have these walls. Oh, I hear bad things outside. So we'll have these walls that are here. You can't reach me. And that means that we really only have to worry about filling in essentially 1 block's width full of sand all the way around. That's not too bad. And this wall will serve 2 purposes. This will be the outer wall. There we go. For the interior here, it'll also serve as the wall for the exterior of the rooms upstairs. So we'll have some kind of wall here. I'll just sort of draw this out. I'm going to draw these down from up here, I think, a little bit. Or I could just do, I guess, that. Oh, he found me. Jerk. Get out of here. Don't want your stupid string either. But I will cut you up in case you have anything else. Nope. Oh, there's more. Oh my goodness. Alright, pal. They're flying around like a frisbee. That was weird. Alright. I guess I'll take whatever you got as well. String. Also string. I don't want your string. There we go. Off the edge. Are there any more we got here? No, okay. Maybe it's time we put some doors in at some point here, too. Maybe not today. It's 12:15, just about. Maybe not today. Alright, so we'll have this sort of wall in here. And as I was saying, let's also go and sort of mark this out. So basically, this should follow a particular pattern here. And this one's going to be gone. So we'll do something like this, and we'll have a special tunnel here to get to the door. Probably use the taller doors here as well, just for aesthetics. So we have this little wall-y thing here. Is that accurate? That is accurate. Okay, good. Do a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of this, and we're good. So that leaves us with a still a pretty serious interior space to work with. And we'll also line up this one as well, just to get it done. So we have a place to work with here. Yeah, generally speaking, these are going to be one block out. Pretty much the whole way until here. There we go. There. So we shrank the interior by 2 blocks, and I barely noticed. Like, so much space to work with. So what we're going to have here is above, we'll have these rooms. And the rooms don't need to be huge. But I don't think they need to be tiny either. I mean, these are dormitories, but, you know, we live in some kind of luxury. I think ideally, we want the rooms to make sure that they don't, like, cut off this light source at the end here. Like, this should be... Let's do a bit of this. Kind of figure out how big these rooms would be here if we avoid the light source. So potentially, and again, these are just blocks for measurement purposes. I think this is plenty of interior space for the corner room here. That's what, a 1, 2, 3, 4, a 5x5 interior space for a corner room. That's plenty, and in fact, I might even cut it off, chop it down to a 4x4, so that so we don't have this coming up right on the corner of this particular window here. Yeah, but I want to be able to have like a 4x4, so that way we can do like a little bit of a slope to there. Where am I hearing a shiver? And why am I hearing a shiver? Unsettling. Hey there, Gwalev. String or nothing. Pop a lantern on the ship. Oh, that's right, you can do that. I forgot. Would be cool to have polished silver plates to make mirrors. So you can have like the sun reflected into an area with a mirror. That'd be really cool. I'd get behind that. Yeah, give me a minute here, and we'll go put a mirror, no mirror, a lantern on the ship. So something like that, and we can recover you. So, bye. So yeah, like a 4x4 interior room, plenty of space for, you know, a monk. And let's see, do a bit of this. There's a corner here. Maybe the corner room has 2 doors, just for aesthetics. And then, so that way every monk would have a roughly 4x4 interior with double doors. Double doors just because, you know, we are fancy here a little bit. Do that, I guess. So 1, 2. Wait, is this right? Yes, right. So this monk gets sort of short shrift. Short shrift. It's a weird word. Shrift. And this hallway, this will actually come back into something here. Probably whatever staircase we do that's going to be here for easier access to this area will happen right here. It might even be something where we just do like a little switchback staircase. I don't want this one to be too fancy. This is for getting to and from the dorms and for the maintenance up to here. So I'm not super worried about like really jazzing that. It still should be nice looking, but not, you know, not super snazzy. So 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and 3. And then this probably won't really be a room. We could maybe squeeze one in here if we had to. But maybe this will be where we do the staircase. It could be as simple as that. Well, everyone, that's going to about do it for this episode of Vintage Story Desert Life. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know by leaving a like or a comment in the section below. But for now, as always, my name has been Corazar. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.